Hey guys, it's me, Ashley. I did post a video yesterday, which got quite a bit of views, surprisingly. I posted a video yesterday about me going to get my nipples pierced yesterday. It happened yesterday. I know I told you guys that I would be posting a video after all the piercing took place and happened. I just did not have time to. I was caught up in the moment. I was still in shock and disbelief that I actually got my nipples pierced yesterday. And I still had a lot of stuff to do. I had to go and buy stuff for my piercings. I was hanging out with my friend. It was a lot was going on that day. And I'm sorry, so I'm going to be posting this video now. And it's going to be the aftermath of the piercing. So I'm going to talk to you guys about going to the shop, preparing for the piercing, the actual piercing itself, and the aftermath of the piercing, and then going home and how to take care of it and clean it and stuff like that. So I hope this is very helpful to you guys, and I can't wait to share my experience with you guys. Okay, so I was very nervous. We were about to leave. Me and my friend, she came over. We were about to leave and go to the tattoo shop, and I was freaking out. I was so scared and nervous for this piercing. I could not believe I was about to go and do this. So we drive down, and the piercing parlor I went to is called 713. It's in Houston, Texas, and it's on a strip. It's called Westheimer, and it's piercing and tattoo parlors on that entire place. It's tattoo, piercing, they're everywhere. So Westheimer is the strip, Westheimer and Montrose is the strip for piercing and tattoo parlors. I went to 713 because one of my coworkers, her friend went to go get hers done, and she highly recommended the guy that did hers, and she was very pleased with the experience, so I went there. And that was the only place I researched, and I went in a few days ago, like I said before, and it seemed really good and clean. So we get there, and what I really liked about this tattoo shop was it was 2 stories. The bottom portion of the shop was strictly tattoos, and on the second floor it was strictly piercings. I really liked this separation. I just felt like it was a lot cleaner and it's a lot more personal, and you could feel comfortable because you're not hearing backgrounds of people getting tattooed and stuff like that. It's all upstairs or downstairs. You're on either or level, and I really liked and appreciated that about the shop itself. So going on, I thought I could just go upstairs because that's where the piercings were. I went upstairs. There was nobody there. Me and my friend, we were looking around at all the jewelry, and no one came. It was about 5 minutes, so we went downstairs, and I found the guy downstairs behind the bar and bar-looking thing, and went there, and we literally stood there for 5-10 minutes. Maybe 5, I might be exaggerating on 10. We were there for 5 minutes looking through the tattoo books. Usually you expect someone to be hi, how are you, may I help you, without you having to go and ask them. So we had to get his attention. My friend's hey, I think you better ask for his attention, get his attention. And so I got his attention. It took a few times to say, hey, I'm here to get my nipples pierced. It took a few times. I don't know why it took so long. I guess it was just the music was blaring or something he couldn't hear. The way he responded and reacted, I did not like at first. I was very uncomfortable. I thought it was sketchy. He seemed mean and rude and just very indifferent about the whole situation. I felt really uncomfortable. I was this is really the guy that's gonna pierce me? Holy shit. I was scared. So we end up going upstairs, and he gets my license, and I fill out the paperwork, and he takes me to the back room, and I leave my friend there. And he's just pop out one of your boobs so I can see your nipple and see what kind of jewelry, how long it's going to be, what kind of jewelry I'm going to put in you. And so I did that. He measured me, and he's okay, this is the jewelry that is going to be put inside you. I'm okay. I saw the jewelry. It looked fine. It was a standard barbell jewelry. I was fine with it. So he goes and puts it in a machine. He's the sterilization is going to take about 10 minutes. So you can sit there and relax, and when the machine goes off, you'll hear a beeping, and they'll tell you that your jewelry is ready. So me and my friend were sitting there for about 10 minutes. I hear the timer go off. I'm Oh my god! I'm about to be pierced. I'm about to get my nipples pierced. It is happening today, right now. Oh my gosh, I was freaking out. So he takes me and my friend back in the room. He's like, okay, take off your top and your bra and we'll get started. And so I take off my top and my bra. I'm sitting on the table that's set up for me with parchment paper, so it's clean and sanitary. And as he's going and taking care of the jewelry and washing his hands and all that stuff and taking care of that, he's talking to me, and he's really actually a really nice guy. He made me feel totally comfortable. He talked me through the procedure. He's like, I'm like, this is my first real piercing ever. I'm really nervous, but he's like, don't feel nervous. He told me that the piercing, it was going to feel like someone was buying the shit out of my nipple. I was like, I've never had that happen to me before. That's what he said it was going to feel like, and I trusted him on that. And so after all that was done, he cleans me off with alcohol wipes, and he asks me if I'm allergic to iodine, and I said no. And so after he cleans him off, he pulls out this very large Q-tip pre-packaged with iodine on it, rubs it on my both nipples, and preps them for the piercing. And then he goes in with a very long, thin Q-tip, and one side has the little cotton ball on it, and another side has ink on it. So he takes the cotton ball side and wipes it off where the piercing is going to go, and then marks it with the ink side, marks where the needle's going to go through. And he did that. He did both. He's like, this is where I think they would look great. Go and look in the mirror. Go talk to your friend and see if that's where you want the piercings. I looked at them. They looked great. And so it was ready to be pierced. So he had me lay down, which is typical and stereotypical for any piercing. So I lay down on the table, and my friend is there holding my hand. He's like, I will tell you when I'm ready. I'll ask you if you're ready, and we'll get this piercing over. He's like, are you ready? I'm like, yes. And holy shit, this piercing hurt like a motherfucker. It was like an 8 out of 10. It literally felt like someone was biting the shit out of my nipple. It hurt so bad. Like, I was squeezing my friend's hand so hard, it hurt so bad. And then the second one was like a 10 out of 10. It hurts. I'm not gonna lie, it hurts. It hurt me. I don't know if it's because I don't have a high pain tolerance or whatever, but it hurt. So being my first real piercing, that kicked my ass. It really, really hurt. But it was worth the pain. After he pierced both, he cleaned me off, and I looked at him. I fell instantly in love with him, you guys. I absolutely love my nipple piercings. I am so happy I got these done. I am so ecstatic. I can't believe I got them done. Like, they look amazing. I am so happy that I did this. And so after that, we went out of the room, and we were talking about the cleaning methods and everything, and then I started feeling dizzy. I had passed out when I gave blood. I thought piercings were going to be different. No, they are not. I ended up passing out, kind of. I was like really blotchy, like moving forward. I was sweating profusely. I ended up like falling forward on the like the bar with the glass stuff where all the jewelry was held. I fell on top of that. And so he comes around and gets me and brings me, lays me on the bench, and gives me paper towels for my head, wet paper towels for my forehead and my neck. And he really took care of me, made me feel really comfortable. I laid there for about like 10 minutes, and I started to come to. My friend was like fanning me with a magazine. I came to, and we moved downstairs. So it was actually really hot upstairs, so we moved downstairs. It was a lot cooler. He brought me a bottle of water. I laid on the very comfortable couch. Surprisingly, it was comfortable for how it looked. I laid there and relaxed for like another 10 minutes, and just coming to. So for anybody who knows they have passed out from giving blood or had their blood drawn and they felt really woozy and sick, and for this being like a major, like maybe your major first piercing, you may pass out and you may feel dizzy and you may like just go out like a light. So I recommend you need to eat something hearty before you go and get this piercing done. Any major piercing like this, eat something hearty, and definitely bring like Gatorade or juice or something with sugar or a soda or something with sugar in it, because your blood sugar levels are really low at that point, which causes people to pass out. Lucky I didn't pass out completely. I was kind of in a tizzy and a daze and just like not knowing what was going on. Luckily I woke up like after like I basically sat there for like 40 minutes of recovery time of the piercing, maybe 20 to 40 minutes. I'm not exactly sure how long it was. It was somewhere in that time range of it. But definitely bring some juice or soda or anything with sugar, candy, anything that will be able to bring your blood sugar levels back up so that you are more awake and you're not so out of it, because I was out of it. Another thing is I paid for it. After that, I paid for it. It was $90, really good price for it, and we left. I recommend, if you have passed out or are in a daze or something like that, do not drive. I drove, which was very scary. And the thing is, my friend has never driven in Houston traffic, and it is crazy and it is hard and it's so complicated and complex. I ended up driving because I was back to myself, thank God, in that time frame. But if I were to truly pass out, I would not have driven. So I do not recommend anyone drive. You need to bring a friend with you to go get any piercing, just in case something like that happens where you pass out and like you can't get home or something like that. So definitely bring a friend along with you. It'll make it better and easier. You'll be able to hold their hand during the piercing, and if you pass out, they're going to be there for you and to take you home. So that's what you should do. So we drove home, and for yesterday, they did throb a lot. They were still very sore and very tender, and they're not that tender today. I'm like filling myself up right now. They're not really sore or tender. It was yesterday where like the day of the piercing. They're very sore and tender and just very like throbbing, and I was just like, it was the pain and just getting used to it. But they're fine today. They look amazing today. Sorry, I'm fixing myself. Messy hair, don't care. Back on topic. And it was really overall, just yesterday was the heat of it, was just the pain and the soreness and the tenderness of it. And today is not so much. So now going on to the cleaning aspect of your piercing. I recommend that you make your own cleaning solution. Do not go and buy alcohol or Neosporin or any ointments or anything, because that will cause infection, and that is very dangerous, especially in that part of the body. It's very dangerous. So make your own solution. So what I did is he gave me 4 teaspoons of non-iodine sea salt, and I went and bought a gallon of distilled water. It must be distilled water, because if it's regular filtered water, there's still minerals and stuff in it that can get in the piercings and cause infections. So make sure it is distilled water. I bought this at Target for 89 cents, which was a very good price. So I recommend that. And I also recommend you buy a package of gauze, like little gauze, like First Aid, Band-Aid brand. Finally came out with small gauze pads, and I love these because it reduces the friction from your bra and the piercing. It reduces that friction and the irritation. They come in little packages like this. There's 10 in this box, and what I do is I unfold it and then cut it in half, and just one of these I use it for both piercings. So I basically get 20 uses out of this box. And I think it's perfect. They're individually packaged and they are very clean. And so I recommend buying that. So a gallon of distilled water to make your own solution, and a package of Band-Aid brand gauze pads. It could be any gauze pads, really. Just make sure that they're individually packaged and that they're clean, they're small. And then also non-iodine salt. It has to be non-iodine because, again, it could lead to infection and bacterial getting into the piercing itself. So it has to be non-iodine sea salt. So I recommend that. I would not go and buy any ointments or treatments or alcohol or anything like that because it's just more money, and you can make this for like $1 and some, maybe $2. You can make your own solution, which is fantastic. And what you want to do with this, you want to pour a little bit into either Dixie cups or shot glasses. I put my, sorry, that was so awkward. I put my in the microwave because my microwave is so strong. I put it in there for like 5 seconds, and it's like a nice lukewarm, so you want it to look kind of stupid. I find it easier to do one at a time. So I take the little Dixie cup or the shot glass. I like the shot glass because I can see if it's actually submerged completely. And take it, lean forward, put the cup on the nipple, and you want to lean all the way, not lay completely flat down, but you want to be really lean back. And I find it easier to use this hand to hold the cup. So you have this arm when you're laying back if you have big boobs like me, so you can hold that boob in place so it doesn't, like with girls with big boobs, it kind of like clocks out to the sides. So have that arm resting and have the other hand doing the solution. That way you can hold that in place. Hold the solution there for 10 minutes, lean forward, take the cup off, dump it out, and if you want to use the shot glass again, do that, or again, new clean Dixie cup. Heat it up for 5 seconds, do the same thing for 10 minutes, and you're good to go. I found sleeping a bit of a challenge for the first night. I would sleep for a few hours and then wake up, sleep for a few hours and then wake up, because just of how sore they were, and you really can't lay on your stomach. I sleep on my stomach, and it was so hard for me to like sleep on my back and sleep on my sides because the gauze would always move off the piercings, which made it very hard and uncomfortable for me. So I would sleep and wake up and have to move the gauze, sleep and wake up and then move the gauze again. So that's what happened. That was my first night of the piercings. I did get some sleep. It was good. It wasn't a challenge for me. It's just be prepared for that, for sleeping and waking up and moving the gauze around, stuff like that. Be prepared for that. I did wear a very thin sports bra that night, just to hold them in place and hold the gauze. And don't wear like a regular bra because that's just very uncomfortable, especially if you have a bra like mine. It has the wire in it. So just wear a very thin sports bra and put the gauze on and hold your boobs in place and hold the gauze in place, and it should be fine. Do not freak out if you have a slight bleeding off the gauze in the morning. I know that I had bleeding. I bled a little bit out of my right nipple. I saw a little blood on the gauze. That is absolutely and positively normal. Do not freak out. Do not call your piercer. If it does not stop, then you need a call. But mine was like very mild. It was like little dribbles of blood, and it was not a big concern of mine. So bleeding will happen. It is normal with any piercing you get. It should not scare you. It's just showing that you're healing and that it's not dying or something like that, you know. I hope this really helped. Do not let pain stop you from getting a piercing. I absolutely love my piercings. I cannot believe I got them done. Also, with taking care of them, you're going to have to clean them 2 to 4 times a day for the first 2 weeks, and then 1 to 2 times for the next few months while they're healing. You need to clean them every day, because if you don't, it can cause infection. I know with like certain ear piercings like these, you don't have to clean them every single day. Like after like a month pass, you kind of let it slip and it's not as bad. And if so, you clean it like once or twice and it's back to normal for some cases. Like that was my case. But with these, you need to clean them every single day and take care of them every single day, because this is the, like, for girls who have boobs or not or whatever, we sweat in this area that gets bad, and if you do not clean them, infection will happen. And so for the healing time for a nipple piercing, it's going to be 6 to 18 months, which is average and normal. When you want to change your piercing, I think you have to wait 6 weeks to go and get it changed, and I would recommend going to your piercer to get them changed, because nipple piercings close very fast and quickly. They start closing within 30 seconds of the jewelry being taken out. So I would definitely recommend going to your piercer and saying, hey, I want to get my barbells changed to rings or whatever, and they will change them for you because they will have quick hands, and they have much experience with changing piercings. I think I covered everything. I hope this was very helpful. I absolutely am in love with my piercings, and I will keep posting videos of how my progress is going with it and how I am falling in love with them even more, and the healing process and new things I find out about them. I will be getting my belly button pierced, like I said, my first video August 20th. So that is I'm going to film that video for you guys and post it and do the aftermath of taking care of it and stuff like that. And I think that's it. I definitely know the next video I want to post is going to be sleeping naked, the benefits of sleeping naked and why I love sleeping 100% naked. I sleep with no bra, no underwear, no shirts or anything. I sleep 100% commando, and I will tell you how much I love it and why I love it so much and the health benefits that go along with it, and why I think so many more people should try this and just try it, because I find it so liberating, just so fun and amazing. That will be my next video that I'll be posting hopefully sometime maybe next week. So until then, I love you guys so much. Y'all are the besties in the world, and I love y'all so much. Bye, guys.